and welcome to our continuing study of the life of Alexander the Great. Last time we were together, we discussed Alexander's birth, his sense of destiny, and the battles he fought and always won on his way to becoming a legend in his own time. Today we're going to finish up his story and discuss the 200 years that followed his death. That time is called the Hellenistic Age. Alexander had achieved some stunning victories, but he still hadn't entirely defeated the Persians. Now, in the second phase of his campaign, Alexander faced King Darius for the final showdown.
With the great epic battle between Hector and Achilles, Hector doesn't want to get back into battle. And so a student might write a sentence like this, but really to say someone needs to man up, that's just slang, it's too informal, and you wouldn't write a sentence like that in a formal college paper. So the genre and form, again, when we're talking about genre in literature, we're just talking about what type of literature is it. Again, the Iliad is an epic poem. We know that it's mythology. It also has characteristics of a heroic quest narrative, not so much a hero on a physical journey, but certainly an emotional journey, seeking honor, seeking glory, seeking fulfillment, unfortunately also seeking vengeance. We see that in the Iliad. And also, the Iliad functions as a handbook of the gods. It's certainly filled with so many gods and goddesses that we really could just study the gods and goddesses by using the Iliad.
The Greeks, like all the other cultures we've looked at, were polytheists. What is different is that the Greeks fashioned their gods in their own image. They were still gods that dealt with aspects of nature, but they also had many human characteristics, such as flaws that were modeled on the Greeks themselves. The Greeks modeled their gods after themselves. This is, of course, the reverse of what really happened. According to the Bible, God created man in his image. Genesis 1:26 says, "Then God said, let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground."
The effects of Alexander the Great on the artwork of the next 2 centuries is profound. This mosaic is a copy from an original painting done around 310 BC, 13 years after the death of Alexander. This scene depicts Alexander's victory over Darius III, king of Persia. On the left, we see Alexander as he rides on his faithful horse Bucephalus, the wild steed only he could tame and ride. He has thrust a spear through one of Darius' soldiers, one of his so-called immortals, protectors of the king. On the right, we see Darius himself fleeing in fear.